Well, Europeans came to North America and found that it was full of trees. And what a treasure that was. That's one of the resources that Europeans wanted to exploit for ships and the masts on ships and other things. And so, early people in American history couldn't go to Walmart or click on Amazon.com and get some very expensive stainless steel forks and knives and spoons, or order your tools. And so wood was a resource that was abundant, and it's free, and with a few simple tools and a little ingenuity, you can make just about anything you want out of wood, all the way from a wooden spoon to a log cabin. And so people, especially here on the frontier in America in the 18th century, had to learn to be as resourceful and as independent as they could be. And so the word independent is not just a political term, it's a lifestyle. And so people had to learn to provide for themselves, or to hunt and grow things and keep their own animals and make their own furniture and all those kinds of things. And if there's something they couldn't get, that they had to trade with somebody else, maybe somebody close by had it. If you can't find it, then you do without. So like I said, with a few simple tools, with most of what I have here, we can make anything from the size of a bed all the way down to the size of a wooden spoon. And so people on the frontier had to be self-sufficient and independent as much as they could be, because that was called survival. So the most useful tools for this, or for making a chair leg or a piece of furniture, would be your shaving horse. You sit on it like a horse, and this is a clamp, and it holds your wood in place. And then it's called a draw knife, because you draw the knife towards your body. And it's called a shaving horse because mostly what you make are shavings. And most of my wood removal is done with this. But just as easily you can make a chair leg, or the leg of a bench or something. So this right here was a very multi-purpose tool of the 18th century.
Well, I'm glad you got these.
Works the same just now, like now, as at the time of George Washington. So it's a great tool. It's hard to improve upon something that really works well. So in the 18th century, there's no sandpaper, but you can get something super smooth with a cabinet scraper. And so this is just a piece of steel, and you can scrape a piece of wood very smooth. And if you were John Adams or a successful attorney and lived in the city, you could pay a cabinet person to build you a nice desk, and without planers, without belt sanders, without sandpaper, they would use a cabinet scraper like this and scrape the whole desk, the whole table surface absolutely flat, absolutely smooth. And they still look amazing today. Those examples look amazing today. And you can scrape concave surfaces the same way, like this, no sandpaper. And you can scrape something really smooth, make it food safe so it doesn't harbor food particles. And they didn't have sandpaper, and they found a way not to need sandpaper.